And I realized, oh, that's, my thumb is like in the fire right now. And so I basically the reenactment was like, it's like, and I kept cool in the face, but there was certainly a slight body language of panic that happened. It was like, I got this. And then I turned around, I put the trash can down, and we go on the scene. And this is...
I'm getting something to double as a trash can, because that was an incorrect impression. Here's our trash can. So the scene, Dean's being real cool. Something catches on fire, and Dean kind of like walks in the corner and grabs the trash can.
What is that walk?
Holds like a garbage can to Castiel throws it in, and he's like, I'm on fire.
So, cut to, I pour the water and I turn, I set it down, and I step back. Jared's standing here, I'm standing right here, the cameras are pointed at us, and I see Jared just do this. And he's like, turn the other way, and I'm kind of out of the corner of my eye going like, what is he doing? He didn't do that like in the last shot. I'm like, he's probably looking at the trash can, it's probably on fire behind him. And he's making sure that it actually went, oh, no, he's hysterically laughing. All the while, the scene's still going on. There's still dialogue in, and I'm actually saying stuff, but my mind is not, my mind is wondering what the hell is he doing next to me. And I finally am like, what? And he turns around and it's just tears. And he's like, beet red. And I'm like, what? And he's like, you're freaked out with the fire.
No one else saw it, but I know him so well now.
He knows you so well that he saw just that slight little brief, like, he knew that was not Dean anymore. That was Jensen trying to save his hand from being murdered.
I think the honesty, and this sounds bad, but the honest, like, startled surprise makes me laugh. Like, people are scared or something. It's kind of like, and then like, oh, this is fun and scary. But the startled response, for some reason, makes me laugh. And so seeing it on Jensen, like, I'm on fire. Right in the middle of the scene, and like you said, it's a pretty intense scene. And so our young guest star is talking, and a few of our other stars are talking, and I'm like, I'm gonna ruin this.
Yeah, so instead of like just saying, I'm sorry, I'm glad, he just puts his back to the camera as if that's gonna save the scene.
So yes, so it happened twice yesterday, alone, so.
But yeah, props and
you have a nice chain fingers they off before.
Yeah, my Colt, I was loading it, and the receiver snapped back and took my finger, like the meat of my finger, took it right off. And it was right as I yelled action. It was like action. I racked the gun, and then my finger was in. I pulled it out, and then I could just feel this flap of skin. And so I was like, okay, well that sucks. So I literally just thumbed the flap back down and held it like that for the rest of the scene. And then I looked down and there was just like blood just like dripping off my hair. I'm like, oh, okay, well I guess I didn't hide that too well. That's not a nice scar from that. But yeah, stuff like that. I mean, over 12 years, constantly dealing with those kind of things, special effects, squibs, guns, props, blowing up things, self-combusting, fire. There's, luckily nobody's ever been seriously injured.
Season 4, glass, the real glass.
Oh yes, when Dean comes back from hell, beginning of season 4, and the angel voices, or they blow, all the glass blows that you get at the gas station. Kip made us that'd be a great idea to use real glass. And so I had to lay down. I don't know if you've ever laid down with tempered glass before, but it essentially slices you open immediately. So I look down and my hands are just, my forearms are all just sliced up. And I'm like, oh. Yeah, and so we were glass shards out of my arm. But again, I healed up, it was fine. There was no serious damage. So nobody's been seriously hurt. You snapped your wrist.
It's my wrist. There's a
That was
there's a legitimate piece of my scalp in the prop pocket from that episode when the guy is drinking bleach because one of the bad guys is telling one of the 7 sons or something is telling him to drink bleach. And we have to, again, it was Kim Manners, and he was like, get into the car faster! Because Bobby drives this shit out there. And I was like, well, Kim, I'm 6'4", and I'm driving in the back with, all right. And so it's like, all right, action. And we run, I'm doing my little typo to get to it. And I keep banging my head on the top, and I'm like, whatever. Like, I'm, trying to get all of me into a little backseat. And I was like, I'll just deal with it. And finally, my hair lady, Jean Chapman, comes up, and she's doing this number, like, fluffing my hair. And then she looks at me, she goes, what? She, has sheer panic in her eyes. And then she goes like this. And looks in like, a clump of hair in a piece of my scalp. Because I
just love that you didn't even feel it.
Listen, when you're this tall, you hit your head on stuff a lot. People freak out, I hit my head on something, and they're like,
He really is a moose. Like, just like, oh, my scalp, oh, my brain is exposed.
the cane knife, when he gets done with cane and comes down from the barn, so when we have knives or blades, they're dull on the edge, but the tip is still a point, it's still sharp.
Still do damage.
Yeah, it can still do damage. And so he comes in and he collapses, right? And I kept on.
I had it in my left hand. I basically.
Yeah.
Because literally, I felt it as soon as I was like, oh, that just went in his leg.
So we hold it, and it's like the camera is like on the HUD.
I was like, certainly he's hurting right now.
And then it's called cut.
Because
dude,
there's a knife in his leg.
as soon as they call cut, sure enough, there's a rip in my hand, and my knee got cut open. So like blood on my hand. And I was like, oh, huh. And we're not seeing it in the shot. I was like, all right, so I just roll my pant leg up and wrap some gauze around it. But it was like sticking to my legs.
I'm like, did you feel that? Feel what? Yes. It's a door. Too many doors. Oh,
Part of it.
anyway, yeah, we've got plenty of stories about things not going as planned. But
I'll go right in.